At Wings of Transformation Publishing, we are committed to helping our authors reach their goals and pursue their dreams of becoming published authors. We work closely with each author to ensure a successful publishing experience, and we are dedicated to helping them tell their stories in the most meaningful and impactful ways. We look forward to putting you on the path to writing your book.
Hey, and welcome to the Crew Podcast. We are the hottest podcast rocking right now. We are currently looking for 6 amazing hosts to join our family for season 2 that will kick off February the 1st, 2024. If you're looking for an opportunity to allow your voice, your perspective, and your brand to be heard around the world and seen around the world, then join the Crew Podcast. 3, 2, 1, it's going down like confetti. Water to no one shots again. Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Crew Podcast. Of course, I am the visionary of the Crew Podcast. Y'all, we are coming to a close of season 1, and I am so elated, y'all. When I tell you I am happy for these amazing, y'all see these ladies on the side of me. They have had an amazing season, and I am here to help them close out this amazing season that they've had. I have the opportunity to come from behind the scene, y'all, and interview some amazing visionaries. Tonight is nothing shy of amazing. This one is kind of special to me, y'all. I have an amazing young lady from my hometown. I am from Anderson, South Carolina, for those that do not know. And I'm excited to be able to present this young lady to many of you guys, introduce her to those that may not know her, and reintroduce her to some that may have come across her and really just not had an opportunity to really get to know her. But I'm excited tonight to allow her to share her brand. If you would, please share this in your circle of influence, because you never know what the next person may be in need of and what nuggets she's going to drop on tonight. So I'm going to move out the way and bring her up and allow her to introduce herself. And I welcome Miss Debbie to the stage.
Well, hello there.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
How are you tonight?
I'm doing amazing.
I'm doing great. I can't complain.
Good. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here. And I want you to introduce yourself to those that may not know who Miss Debbie is. Miss Debbie Dotson.
Well, I am when people ask me that, I never really know what to say, because I want to start with this, and I'll do this tonight. I'm a child of God, and that simply means that I'm a lot of different things. He said we could be a lot of different things. I'm a lot of different things. I'm a mother, a sister, I'm a friend, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a community leader, I am radio personality. I'm a grandmother. I'm every woman, and tonight I'm excited to share more of what that means and what it looks like.
Well, I am glad to have you here. I had the opportunity to meet you. It's been about 5, 6, maybe 7 years now. It's been a
I say about,
while.
yeah, it's been a while.
When I was living back in Anderson, South Carolina, and we had the opportunity. I think we came across each other doing something with the city, doing something in Anderson,
You were
being
doing something
ads,
amazing.
and I tell you, yes, and that's exactly what you are doing. You are doing some amazing things. Um, and I just want to thank you for all that you are doing. You may not know this, but you are someone that I truly have looked to for inspiration, and you have been my silent personal mentor. I look to you to see what you're doing, and you encourage me. We may not talk all the time, but you truly encourage me. You truly inspire me. Just from the conversations that we used to have in the library, at these little meetings we used to have. I remember having an event at the center that I used to run, and how you and Mr. Martin used to come out and support the things that me and my partner at that time were doing. And I just drew so much inspiration from you and the things that you were doing within the community. And I tell you, you have not stopped. When I tell you, you have not stopped, you have not stopped. I see you open a business. You are doing so much. You are doing so much. And I just want you to share with those that are tuned in today a little bit about your business. What inspired you to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So if you would.
What you said so much, and I've never had an introduction like that. So thank you. You are a pleasure. Um, Again, you inspired me a whole lot more than you will ever know. Sometimes we're in a dark place and we don't realize what we need, but somehow my life has been this way. God always sends what I need because I believe he will. So you were one of those angels during that time. It was easy. It was easy to be whatever it was I was to you because you were being even more to me. So I wanted to say that. Thank you. And for me just being an entrepreneur, I got it out. People hate for me to say this, but I got it out of the mud. I didn't know anything. I had no blueprint. I was doing something totally different than what I had seen in my area or even across the globe. You know, COVID was what made people go to their kitchens. Before people went to their kitchens and start making stuff with their hands, I've been doing it for like 20 years. So for me, it was not really a business that was being started. It was a way of life. It was what I already knew and was able to do, but now I was extending it to others. So that was interesting for me. It was difficult. So starting a business for me started by accident. And it started from just somebody asking, hey, can you make me a tea? I make herbal teas for all types of needs. And it's not for anything other than to add something well to your life, a way of being, a wellness option that you can just either drink, take as a pill, um, take as a tonic, whatever. That's what I do. I'm an herbalist, and my business is Debbie's Got the Tea LLC, and I offer products and services that can help you to, just give you another option. There are alternatives out here. I'm not against doctors. That's my disclaimer. I just made an appointment with my doctor this morning. I believe that doctors are designed to do what they do, and that's make diagnosis. So for me, it's just a way of life, and I make not only products, I also make drinks. We have a smoothie bar at my store. My store is located at 3215 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. That's in Anderson, South Carolina. And you can find just about anything you can think of. Soaps, um, things to help you be well inside and outside, hair care products. I'm also a licensed cosmetologist, been licensed since '08. And I can go on and on, but it just feels like I need to stop and allow you to say something, Angela. But yeah, that's just a couple of things that I do. I built a whole line and company out of one person, and only that's not to give myself any accolades at all, because I don't do that, because it's God that has set me to do this, and He puts everything in motion, and I just move. I always tell people I'm moving and shaking, and that just simply means that I believe that I can. I was telling Angela before I came on, I'm not afraid of failure. I just don't feel like that's an option, but I am afraid of success, and usually it's the other way around. But I'm not afraid of failure. I'm afraid of succeeding. I know that I can, and as an introvert, that's a little bit uncomfortable. So yeah, I'm gonna stop right there.
Well, you definitely should not be afraid of success because just the short time that I've known you and the things that you have done since I've met you, it has been nothing shy of successful because we're from a small town. We're from Anderson, South Carolina. Probably don't even have 300,000 people. And everybody know everybody just about, or if you don't know, you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. We all a tight knit the
Absolutely.
community, so it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. And I look at you and I see all of the things that you've done from just the short time that I've known you. You were in school, I think, or either you went back to school, you've graduated, um, you open up your business, and you say it was by accident. I don't think so. It was all part of the plan. It may not just happen when we want it to happen, but
Right.
it was all part of Jeremiah 29:11. He had already mapped it out. You just had to catch up to it. You just had
Absolutely.
to catch up to it. It was already part of the plan.
Ah. Well,
And I'm telling you, like the go ahead, I'm sorry.
well, I just want to touch on what you said about coming from, a small town, and everything. That is true, but small towns have a lot of talent in them. Small towns typically have a lot of people that can do a lot of things. I think about Chadwick Boseman. I think about Javon Johnson. Those two just come to mind because they go hand in hand, because they both in film for me. So in my head, I just put both of them together. They both done
Right.
amazing things, and it's plenty more. It's plenty more. I just don't know them, and can't speak on them at the moment. But
Yeah,
with
we've
that,
had you talk about Jim Rice, the baseball
yeah,
player. You
there
we
you go.
had Sadia Roundtree.
There you go,
Sadia
Sadia.
Roundtree, she came out of West Side, played. She was one of the first when WNBA became WNBA. She played for
Yes.
WNBA, and then not only that, she was the coach. She was the head coach at Morris Brown College. I didn't even know that. And I that's why I played ball at in the early
Okay.
90s. 90,
Okay.
94, 95, 96. I played at Morris Brown College. In the
Wow.
2000, I think it was 2000, Saudia Roundtree was the head women's basketball coach there. And we've had quite a few other individuals come out of Anderson, Abbeville County, because it's all right there together.
That's
We, we've
right.
we've had some successful people come out of there, and I tell you, we definitely are a hidden gem. But
Absolutely.
I look at the Electric City. People don't understand. Anderson was one of the first cities to in South Carolina to have electricity. So that's why we are called the Electric City.
Metro
And
City.
it,
I know.
it took a guy. I didn't even realize that one of my friends from Atlanta that used to come and work the camps with me, work the summer camps with me. He mentioned it to the kids. And I'm like, I live here in Anderson, and I really didn't even know that. And it made me start, trying to find out a little bit more about my city. And I tell you, I'm always shouting about Anderson. I'm glad I had the opportunity to come back to Anderson and to meet you, to meet Mr. Martin, to meet my former partner, because that opportunity allowed me to be able to do a lot of the things that I'm doing now.
Absolutely.
And just being able to sit at your feet and his feet and to learn some things, because y'all may not realize the conversations that we had, the different things that we did together. It helped catapult me and to push me into these things that I'm doing now, because before that, yeah, I wouldn't have been doing this, writing books. Like, I wouldn't have been doing that. And working with you guys and sitting at those round tables and having those discussions with you guys, it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. And
Wow.
I have to thank you for that. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. You
You're
have
very
definitely
welcome.
been an inspiration to me.
You're more than welcome. You're more
And
than welcome.
I can't thank you enough. And you are definitely paving the way for other individuals. And I see it because I'm seeing more brown people opening businesses around Anderson, around Abbeville, and just I've never seen so many brown businesses before, and people trying. Before,
Absolutely.
we just thought we had to go work in those plants, go and stand on those lines. And I was one of those people that said I was not going to Frigidaire. I said
Me
I will
too.
leave Anderson before I go work at Frigidaire.
Me too. Me too.
And that's
And
what I did.
that was because of some of
I
the
ended
horror
up at
stories,
a junior college. When I graduated from high school, I took a scholarship at a junior college because I refused to stay in Anderson and go work in one of those plants. I got to junior college and did not like it. And I ended up moving to Atlanta with my sister. I didn't know what I was going to do when I got there, because here I am. I have forfeited the scholarship, gave up the scholarship because I said I wasn't going back. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I just started calling colleges. And I got Coach Daniels at Morris Brown on the phone. And all that man told me, he said, if I played in the summer league out at Ben Hill, that he would put me on the team. Had never seen me play, hadn't watched no videos, hadn't done none of that. That was
mm,
nothing but the grace of God. And he did
absolutely.
exactly what he said he would do. I played that, and he put me on the team. And here I am. But God gave me the opportunity to come back to Anderson. And I had the opportunity to meet you guys. And I went through some things, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to allow that to stop me. Um, it was your encouragement, because right after I went through, I don't even know if you realize I had went through all that stuff when I met you, but when I met you, you truly was inspirational to me. It was you and Mr. Martin, and the conversations that we had that really, I said I have to do better. I have to change. I have to, want more. And I said, you know what?
Wow.
I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I knew I was gonna get out of Anderson, and I was gonna give it another try. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
I did, and I never looked back. And I have to
Absolutely.
thank you for that. Those conversations that we had, that sitting in the library, those meetings we had around that round table on that second floor. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
truly appreciate it. I
Oh
appreciate
wow.
it. And just the different things that you you instilled in us and shared with us about going
Mm,
to these different meetings and being involved in our community, and knowing what's going on. That is very important. And I thank you for that, because that helped me to get out of my shell. It helped me to look. They started calling me the queen of collaboration. I don't know who started calling me that, but it's a name that I garnered, and I carry it near and dear to my heart, because
oh wow.
now God has given me a niche to bring people together. and that's what I do. I do a lot of anthologies. I'm on book number 85, and it is anthologies. I do a lot of anthologies. I just well, actually we're gonna have a book that's gonna release on the 31st. It's 40 poets inside of this book. And I'm telling you, I would not be doing this if I not come across you guys. I'm telling you, I don't know where I would be. So I thank God for
Oh my goodness.
connection and just being obedient for you know,
Now that's the
for
ticket right
real.
there
I
because
thank him for you.
yeah, well, I'm so overjoyed to be sitting here with you tonight and have the opportunity to receive my flowers. So thank you. Um, a lot of times we offering flowers, but it's too late for the person to actually be quiet and sit in it. So I appreciate you letting me sit in those flowers. I can't speak for Mr. Martin, but I think I can when I say we didn't have any doubt in our mind, what you were going to end up doing. We knew that you were going to go on to do wonderful things because you were so committed that as community leaders, we couldn't ignore your commitment. So we had to jump on board and do whatever it was we did needed to do and could do to encourage you to keep moving because we knew that you would become exactly what you become and then some. Now I don't know what you were going through or what you've been through since the time we lost that every day or once a week connection. But I do know this. I prayed for you every single
Right.
day. Every single day. So, that's a gift that I don't know how to stop doing as an intercessor. So, to you, yeah, I had no doubt. I just knew we had to carry you until you were able to stand on your own 2 feet, and that's what elders do anyway. So, I consider myself as an elder. It's not attached to age in my eyes. It's attached to just being willing to give of yourself in a way that you would want
Right.
somebody to give back to you. So I appreciate you.
Wow. And that's exactly what you're doing in the community right now. You may not realize how many people look to you, but there's a lot of Stephanie, I didn't meet Stephanie Johnson Rice until I left Anderson. I met her on social
Okay.
media, and then we connected at an event and photo shoot in Columbia, and that's really when we connected. I can call Stephanie, and Stephanie will come to Myrtle Beach, whatever. She's always there, and I tell you, you have so much influence on her, and you were one of her mentors. I hear so much about you through her, and
Wow.
I tell you, you are just amazing, and I just want you to know that. And I want these individuals that are tuned in tonight to truly understand, you know, what all you do, because you are truly a community leader outside of being um a herbalist, in a certified probably master cosmetologist, because I know you're good at whatever you do. And what did you go back to school? What kind of degree you got when you went back to school? Because
Well, I
aren't you a
went back to
therapist
school.
too?
I am a certified detox therapist, and I do lymph. In a nutshell, that's just someone that makes sure that your lymphatics are draining properly and that you're detoxing, so your body won't hold waste, and so you can lose weight and lose toxins that are in our head and scalp. So I am a therapist. Excuse me, a certified detox therapist as well. I am a licensed registered cosmetologist, and I just got my Associates of Arts degree in Human Services from Southern Wesleyan University. And with that is community support, elder advocacy, uh, children's advocacy, counseling, community development, economic development, all the stuff that I do, wellness, everything that God, He just did a nice little puzzle and He put the pieces all together, and I was just willing to walk through the door. Not because I thought I could, it was because I knew I could. And if I can just share anything with anybody listening, you can because you know you can. It may not look the way it needs to look in that moment, but you can because you know you can. If nothing else, in 2024, go into it knowing that you can. If I think I can, it's if you stay in your lane and stay in your boat and paddle, because you're gonna have to paddle. You're gonna have to roll. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna be on a roller coaster. Not just in business, in life. That's just the way it goes. And on that, while you paddling, mind your business. Your business, your own business, your family, your self care, and your business, your other business, the business that you're building, and stay in that boat. And God has set everything in motion, but you got to work for it. You got to work for it. And I said that about Angela earlier, and I'll say it again. She worked for it. You deserve everything that you're getting. And I'm in love. I'm loving watching it. I am. I'm having a ball watching you flourish. And I missed out on so much. You're doing a million and one amazing things, and you're not outside of your lane. You're in your boat, and you're rowing and you're paddling to the beat of your own drum, flowing where God wants you to flow. I don't confess to be anything other than a lady that believes that God is who He say He is in my life and your life. So I don't put any titles to anything, but I have to always bring Him up when I talk about anything because He's been in my life since I was 10, and He's done some amazing things in my life and kept me safe from harm, uh, supplied all my needs, all my wants when it made sense in his timing, and he's still supplying some of those things. I'm a TV personality, I'm a radio personality, and I'm also an introvert. Go figure. And it's only that way because he's going to give you what you can handle, because you got to be in his will, and it has to look right to him. And if he's the one that we looking to, we need to keep coming to him. So as an introvert, I have to keep coming to him in order to do even these things like this. So I'm just excited where 2024 is going to take me, um, as a licensed detox therapist, as a human service major, as a Who's Marquise inductee, as a television personality, as well as a radio personality, as a business owner, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a all of that stuff. And I'm missing a lot of it as a community leader, as someone that sits on boards, that I just sit back and just let things happen. We don't have to stand in the limelight all the time to be seen. I like for God to get His glory, and the only way He can get is for me to move this old flesh a little bit further back so He can shine, and then I'm gonna shine because He's shining because I'm His child. So I'm just sharing little nuggets. If you're getting them, that's good for you. If you're not, I take them with me. I take them with me first. Anything I'm talking about is for me first. So I didn't mean to go there, Angela, but it was on my heart. If you get me on here, it's always gonna come from the heart.
And that's what we do, and that's how we flow. Because I don't do no scripts, I don't do no questions, I don't do none of that. I truly believe that this is a platform that God has given me, because I used to always just want to go live and talk about books and just talk about other things, and he always got the glory. Every time I would go live, it seemed like when I got off that live and I went back and I was watching, and I was like, who was that girl? I was like, who was that? Where did that come from? Like he was just stuff was just coming out, and I was just like,
Yes.
what did that? All that, and I just stopped. I just stopped trying to have scripts. I just stopped trying to have questions and just allowing him to flow, because I
Yes.
know that I don't walk in no offices. I don't hold no titles, but I do know that I am a child of God. I've been in church all my life. I
Absolutely.
grew up in the church. My great grandfather was a pastor. So I've always been in church. My cousin's a pastor. So, that's all I know is church. And I know the word. And I just thank him for just being who he said he would be in our lives. If we just move out the way sometime and just allow
That's it.
him to be who he said he was going to be, then a lot of this anxiety and a lot of this stuff that we go through, we wouldn't even go through it. And that's what I
That's
had to do.
true.
I had to move out my own way because I was holding myself back. And I had to move. And as soon as I moved, he just began to open doors. I'm talking about he began to put me in places that I never thought I would be in. You're talking about three different networks I've been a part of, getting inducted into the International Internet Radio Hall of Fame and being host of the year on the network. Never thought that I stuttered. I'm country. I'm from Levelland. I was born in Anderson, but I lived in Levelland, South
Not
Carolina,
Leveland.
most of my life. Somewhere
Not
people
Leveland.
never heard of. Yes, I am from. I'm one of those Martins from down there, and
Gotcha.
yes, people never heard of that. They be like, yeah, I one way in, one way out. Everybody on my particular street on Black Hill Road, they either my first cousin or my second cousin. And I never thought that I would be doing a lot of the things that I'm doing now and being able to, you know, open these different doors and to let people know that yes, you can. It just like you said, if you want to, you can. You will and you shall if you want
That's
to.
right.
I made a post today. A lot of people get discouraged and they give up. But if you put nothing in nothing, you gonna always get nothing all day long.
Nothing
But if you want
all day
something
long.
out, you got to put something in all day
Gotta
long.
roll.
Nothing plus
Gotta roll.
nothing equals nothing all day long. It's not gonna change. If you ain't putting
Gotta roll
nothing
that
in
boat.
here, how you expect something good to come out?
Exactly. You
That's it.
gotta build them arm
That's
muscles.
it.
Gotta roll that boat. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. I'm
I
telling
love
you.
it.
And then we have to be careful, the things that we speak to. Because Proverbs what 18:21 tell us that we have the power in our tongue. We can speak life
That's
or
right.
death. We have that
That's right.
power. And see, we got to understand that. See, God started dealing with me with breaking down ordinary words that we already know. He started breaking them down into acronyms and saying, okay, this is this. So with that word power, he dropped that thing in my spirit about 3 years ago. He said, I position you to be an overcomer by being a willing vessel to educate, empower, and encourage others through your resilience. See, if I never went through nothing, I couldn't tell nobody about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he had to position me to be that
It's
overcomer. And then I had to yield and be that willing vessel so that he can use me. And then I'm walking around here and he say, I gave you the E3 experience to use it, to tell people about it, but you sit on it. He said, so now people don't know about it. He said, you got to tell people what it is so they can do it. Educate, empower, and encourage. That's what you're placed here to do, Angela. Do it. And you do it through showing people that you are resilient, that will and a will that will not let you quit, that will not let you
exactly.
give up, that won't let you stay
Exactly.
in a stagnated place, that will not let you stay still. But you gotta want it. You gotta want
You
it.
you
I say you gotta
you
want
have
better in order to get better.
you have to, because again, like you said, nothing
That's it.
from nothing leaves nothing. I mean, you have to do something. And when we think about doing something, we think about big chunks of something. We already see the final picture. That's normal. But break it down into small pieces so you can actually digest it, so to speak, and then move with what you needed. So we don't get so overwhelmed. That's how I was able to build. I'm not in a hurry. Um, when I get wherever it is that God has for me to go and where I want to go, I've started using it in that manner. God first, and then I have to be the person. I have to have the will to do it. I have to have ability to do it. So I give myself some, not some of the praise, but at least say, I'm working toward this. It keeps the engine running, so to speak, so you can get the things done that you need to get done. God Himself does not want us to not be equipped to have the things that He had in store for us from the beginning. That's why I'm always unsure why when people talk about natural products or things from the earth that it's always seen. It used to be, we're getting better in and I'm in a negative component, like that person is doing something that doesn't necessarily line up with what God had planned. And God planned for those trees and everything to be used for our goodness, our wellness. And I say it that way because, again, we
Right.
can go to the doctors. The doctors make diagnoses. I'm gonna say that again because it's just ringing in my ear. Doctors make diagnosis, and without a diagnosis, what are we treating with our herbs? We don't know. So we could
Right.
be doing ourselves more harm. And I just share that because I'm a detox therapist. I'm not speaking out of nothing that I don't already have a degree to be able to speak on. So I'm getting more comfortable doing that. And that's what you said earlier. We have to walk into what it is that we are called to do. And talking about these type of topics, I want people to know also that I offer classes. I offer classes where you can find out more about particular herbs that can help your body to feel better, help you to feel better. I hate when we're tired. I hate when we as people are not able to fulfill our entire day because our bodies are so sluggish. And detoxing helps to give you energy in a nutshell. I just wanted to share that. It might be important to someone. Um, and I just jumped in, Angela, but I wanted to make sure
Exactly.
that I
And
shared that.
it is. I mean, it
Yeah,
is what you are saying. It's very much needed. And one thing we have to understand, yeah, God placed all these different doctors, lawyers, different professions in place because He knew that we would need them one day, and we would need them for certain things. But guess what? They have license to practice.
thank
It
you.
don't mean that they know everything.
No,
They are testing this out. They're testing as they go. They're practicing. They have license to practice. So just as they have license to practice, He's given us. If you look in the Bible, you go over and pull out your Bible and open your Bible up. He talks about these different berries and these different
mm,
herbs and these different things. The earth is supposed to be able to heal us, and your body it will heal itself if you know how and what to do for it to do that. Every
absolutely.
cell in your body, even your bones will heal themselves in a certain amount of time. And I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, knowing that and knowing the different herbs and knowing the different things, like I hear people all the time talk about high blood pressure and sugar diabetes and all of these different things. And I go back and I look and I'm looking, I'm like, they didn't have a lot of that back in back in the days when they was just living off of, because I don't remember my grandma and them talking about all that when they was living off of what they didn't have all this processed food, all this stuff that we're able to indulge
Yeah.
in now, these sodas and all this stuff.
And that's the
So a
problem,
lot of
Angela.
this stuff is nothing but chemical.
Yes, and that's where the problem lies. A lot of times, we get caught up in the pork, and we get caught up in the chicken, and we get caught up in um, what is in the food. But if we had a better quality of food, if food was handled differently, because that's where the problem comes in, is the way the food is being handled. Um, the reason
Mm-hmm.
just from my research and looking at it, I think about it that way because, our grandmothers and grandfathers and their parents, they ate what they could get, but they had their own hands on it most of the
Right.
time, and it didn't go through a lot of different processes
Right.
to stay on the shelves longer and things like that. So that's where the problem is coming in, is the actual way we handle food and everything. I mean, come on, that's
See,
it.
I grew up on a farm. We was on a farm down there in Levelland. We had pigs, we had chickens, we had cows, we grew
There you go.
corn, we grew green
There you go,
beans,
talking about
we
level
grew
land again.
everything. Matter of fact, we used to go out to the jockey lot on Saturdays and to sell our vegetables and our different stuff. Yeah, I was a little entrepreneur. I used to be out there with the apron on and weighing the corn and weighing the green
I know
beans.
that's
Yeah,
right.
I used to do that. The tomatoes, all of that, and stuff was different then. Like I truly, it was different. Even the meat, the water was different. Like I remember going
It
out
was.
to the well and dropping that bucket down in the
Oh yeah.
well and drawing
Girl,
back
that
up
water's so
water, and that water
cold and
coming out,
good.
and it's so cold.
Oh,
It's already cold, and,
just it's
and not have to
delicious.
have no ice or no nothing. Just drink that. Man, I'm telling you, I miss them good old country days.
I do
We
too.
run out there
Because
to
that
the smokehouse and grab some meat that's being smoked, like some jerk. They make some jerkies or whatever. I
mm,
miss them days. I,
oh yeah,
I, I
that
truly
sounds
miss
so
those days.
good.
And those were some times like we talk about all these different chemicals. They putting so many chemicals in stuff now. And like you say, it's not so much the food, it's how they process the food
Right.
and what
And
they
then
do to the food. If
and
you
then so
could
much goes
if
into
you
it.
can raise your own chickens, if you can, yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The supply and demand is the concern too. They use now they have to think about it. We got more people on the earth and everything. People are living longer and things like that. So the supply and
Mm-hmm.
demand has become increasingly important. In the supply, they're trying to keep up with it and the demand. And so they have to do certain things. It doesn't make it right, but they do have to do certain things to meet the supply and
Exactly.
demand, because if
So they
not,
taking a lot of
then
shortcuts. They taking a lot of
yeah.
shortcuts and doing things to. So yeah, but yeah, I definitely have enjoyed chatting with you tonight. We definitely gonna have to get you back on in the new year. What can we expect to see you doing in the new year? I heard you mention the TV show and the radio show. How can we connect? I know we have I have your website up. How can we connect to your TV and your radio show?
Okay. Well, the TV show is the Tippy Show, and on Facebook and TikTok and those social media platforms is Tippy, TippySho, the Tippy Show. You can connect there and you can see uh, what time I'm going to be where and doing what, and how you can get on the show. It is a commercial based show, so there is some commercial slot opportunities. It isn't a small investment into your business, but you do have that option, and you get in front of a lot of people locally. But if you want on a bigger platform, Cool Rhythms 98 is the radio station that I've teamed up with, and I am actually one of their radio personalities and one of their DJs. And if you come over there and do anything, you can expect a lot of perks from the station, and a lot of what you're in front of a lot of people. I know Angela's platforms are you're in front of a lot of people as well, but it's a lot of different angles that are being given to us at this in this season. So I'm trying to get people that want to come on that platform, and it's www.coolrhythms98.com. If you go there, you can actually make donations to some of my charities, as well as the radio station's charities. We all believe in the same thing. The team is pretty solid, and we believe that elder advocacy, children's advocacy, excuse me, and domestic violence are three of the things that can really tarnish a family. All of it can, but these are the ones that are near and dear to our heart. So you can go there and make a donation, and your donations will do a number of things. And you can do it there through PayPal. Or the site is secure. I wouldn't be sharing anything with you, and Angela can vouch for that. That I hadn't already taken the time to check and make sure it is what it is. And you'll be in front of millions of viewers. And I come on Sunday nights right now, and I'm on from about 7 till about 8:30, and I have guests there as well, and I play all the hits, old school hits, songs you hadn't heard since way back when that make you just think about the good times. I can do that, and I want to make sure that y'all know that that's what I'm gonna be doing a lot of in 2024. It's going to be a platform that can put everything in one spot, even including Debbie's Got the TLLC will be there. You can also tune in to anything. You can find everything right there. And as Angela was saying, God does everything in His timing. He's not slow. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. He's not moving slow. He's not moving incorrectly. He is not forgotten about what you and him talked about. And again, don't keep going back. If you talk to him once about it, you don't need to keep trying to remind him. He heard you if you believe he heard you. And he'll answer every single prayer that you have for yourself, for your family. He'll do all of it. But you can't keep taking it back. Every time you take it back, you reset the clock. And it takes longer. Ask me how I know. So
Yes.
just don't reset the clock. Just leave it right there
Yes.
with him. And I promise you, he'll see about it. So those are a couple of things that I'll be doing in 2024. I'll also be doing some more modeling. Um, I am a fashion model with a fashion design corporation that is in Ecuador. And it just happens to be in memory of my mom, and it's called House of Patricia Ann's. You can find it on Instagram. And my uncle happens to be the designer, and he makes these amazing gowns. And I am one of the models. So you can look for more in fashion and things like that in 2024. You can also look for more of Debbie's Got the Tea products. I'm still doing exactly what it is in that area that I feel like is best in this season, and that's the herbal teas. If you're looking for something for your immune system, you're looking for something to keep you through this crazy season we're going through. If you're looking for something that is not going to have any, I always tell people my products either work or they don't work. Most of the time they work, but if they don't work, you're not going to have any crazy side effects. So that's my disclaimer. And also, I am the researcher, the marketer. Everything that goes through Debbie's Got the Tea has to come through me first because it's me. And I am right now the only employee of Debbie's Got the Tea. I do have an intern that works with me at the store. Just giving
Amen.
little nuggets
Amen.
so y'all can kind of know a little bit about. She asked me to tell you a little bit about it, so took me a little while to get comfortable. But I'm gonna tell a little bit about the business real quick. My intern is Zymia Lockhart, and Zymia is my goddaughter. And through David's Got the Tea, we like to offer ways of giving back to the community. And while she's interning there, I show her all the ins and outs of business, including good customer service. If you go to Google and check out Debbie's Got the Tea LLC, you'll see that we have a 5-star review from the beginning of opening of the store up until present day. And that's because customer service is and quality products that you can trust are the two things that we live by. That is our mission statement. And teaching Zamia how to be a good employee and expect something from her employer is what she's learning in um in the store. So when you come by, if you come and visit, Uh, be sure to greet her with a warm smile, and she's doing an amazing job. I just wanted to shout her out in case she is watching, and I really appreciate you. And I can't um, not finish up with saying this: if it was not for my daughters and the woman that I aspire to be in their presence, in their life, and show them that no matter what they want, it is obtainable if they don't give up. If nothing else, that's what I aspire to be. And I want to say to them, in case they're watching, um, I love you and I appreciate you and everything you do to make me the woman that I am. I could not do it without you. I would not be who I am without you. And I love both of you. So, Angela, I wanted to do all of that real quick. I hope it didn't go over our time. And if anyone has any questions for me about anything, you can
No,
always
you're
reach me.
good.
I'm going to give a phone number real quick, 864, and I should have got it to Angela earlier, 864-314-8452. That is the number to get in touch with the store, to get in touch with me. I do answer all my calls within 24 to 48 hours. And again, there's so much that you'll be seeing. Follow the website. If you follow the website, that's where I'll try my best to post anything pertaining to Debbie's Got the Tea. Follow the Tippy Show. Follow Cool Rhythms 98 to hear the best music, old school, new school, whatever you've been thinking about, you can actually call in to. And I'll get that information to Angela for a later date. And hopefully you'll tune in and check out your newest DJ, DJ Tippy from the Tippy Show. And I appreciate each of you listening in. I hope you took something from this that will help you to be better, not later on, just right now. Little small nuggets. That's what I'm about.
Wow. Well, you definitely shared a lot on tonight. Those small nuggets have been amazing. And I'm excited about all that you're doing. And I had the opportunity to meet your mom, a beautiful lady. And
Oh,
I know that she would be proud of all the things that you are doing right
mm,
now. I know she.
I can't believe I can't believe you just
So
did
yes,
that.
um, I know, yes, I know she would. And
Oh,
as far as your daughters, beautiful, beautiful ladies, and you are definitely showing and leading. You're leading them because I watched your daughter. She's a nurse now. A great accomplishment.
yes.
And I know that's because of what you have poured into her and what you have instilled into her. You don't realize the impact that you have on so many in your community. And I thank you for just being who you are, Miss Debbie. Just thank you. And I look forward
Oh, you
to
sweet.
seeing you on the Tippy Show and hearing you on Cool Rhythm and continuing to follow you right here on social media. So thank you for stopping by and sharing with me on tonight. Definitely going to be checking out your website because it's that season. It's that season where people are catching different things. A lot of people have been coughing and having these different viruses.
Yes,
So
I
I want
have.
to encourage everyone to go over to the website. It is on the screen and you'll see it in the comment section. If you are on social media, it's in the comment section. I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight and sharing with me. If something that has been shared on here tonight has inspired you, encouraged you, or you think will be informative to someone else, please share this in your circle because again, you never
Yes.
know what the next person may need. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Crew Podcast. I am, of course, the queen of collaborations, Angela Thomas Smith, known across these social media platforms. I love you guys and I thank you for being the change that you desire to see in this world. That's our motto over here on the Crew Podcast. We are the change that we want to see in this world. If you want change, you have to be that change. Until next time, I love you guys. And guess what? There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Y'all be blessed. Have a good night.
you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Angela.
The book, A Song for Zipporah, written by David Harris, is a powerful historical fiction centering around the life and character of Moses' future wife, Zipporah, before they met. Book author David Harris brings the reader into the relationship between Moses and Zipporah, which was gradual and lush. The story unfolds beautifully when Moses finally asks Zipporah to marry him.